everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's just Clarice, and today I'm doing a chatty get ready with me with you guys. I'm just gonna be sitting here doing my makeup and talking to you guys about everything that's been going on with me. So as you guys have probably noticed from the background, I am somewhere different. I am all settled into my new apartment, so I'm gonna be talking to you guys a little bit about the moving process and just all other kinds of little things while we sit here and do our faces together. So without much further ado, let's just dive right on in. So the first things first, we have to prep our skin. I'm gonna go in with some moisturizer and some lip stuff because I'm feeling very dry. I've already washed my face and applied toner. So for my lips, I'm actually just using some Vaseline. I have found lip balms that I really like over the years, but for the days when I'm just feeling really dry, I usually do reach for Vaseline, and it's usually the first thing I put on my lips every morning. For face lotion, I'm just going in with my Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer with SPF 15. The sun has been out in full effect lately, so I just want to make sure that my skin is protected as well as hydrated, and this really lightweight moisturizer does the trick. So next I'm going to put on some primer, and I'm just going to go with my typical primer combination where I apply a little bit of the Too Faced Hangover Primer and the L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock Primer. So moving was pretty hectic. We had decided that we were going to move pretty early in the year. Shalik and I started talking about it with each other and with our boyfriends, and it just kind of seemed like the right time. After that, it was just about figuring out when was the best time to actually do it, and we decided to do it in the summer. You know, give us 6 months to get everything organized and give Shalik and I a little bit more time to live together. We lived together for 1 full year officially. You know, it was an incredible year. We learned a lot about each other. We grew a lot closer, and it was really nice having my friend there at the end of the day to come home to. But at the same time, we both felt like in our relationships, after talking with our boyfriends, that it was just the right time to move in with them, and it was the right next step. Now that I've finished applying my primer, I'm going to go in with a face product. This is the BB cream from Rimmel London that I showed you guys in last week's new product try-on video. Last week, for me when I'm filming this, it's going to be actually a couple weeks ago when you guys are seeing this video. But moving is crazy. Like, even when you plan everything ahead of time, you know exactly when it's going to happen, it still sneaks up on you. I'm working in sections on my face today. We knew that May was going to be the busiest month because that was the month when everything was going to need to be packed, and we were going to need to book the movers and do all of that stuff and actually, you know, move in and give notice and things like that. But at the same time, when May actually came around, it just felt pretty stressful. I think moving is always just a very stressful affair for everyone involved. It shouldn't have to be. And honestly, oop, that was a lot of product. Just even that out over my face. I did not mean to put that much on my forehead. My skin's pretty covered now, especially with the whole forehead debacle. So next I'm going to go in with concealers, and I want to do a little bit more full coverage, so I'm going to combine that Maybelline concealer that I talked about in last week's video with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This one is really good for brightening, and then this one just has a little extra coverage. Honestly, as far as moves go though, this one was probably the least stressful move that I've ever had to do. I've moved around quite a bit in my life, with my family, on my own. It's just been a lot of moving around for me. So I'm fairly used to the moving process by now, you know, packing and trying to minimize the amount of things that you bring with you, because when you live in one place for a really long time, you tend to collect a lot of excessive knickknacks and things. You find stuff that you meant to throw out that you just never did. It's almost like an episode of Hoarders. But this time around, I was really good at getting rid of stuff, and my friend Shalik and I helped each other with that. We decluttered our makeup and just went through everything that we owned together and decided what we needed and what we could get rid of. And when moving day came, everything went pretty smoothly. You know, I was honestly mentally prepared for the worst. I was thinking that we weren't going to get the truck on time, and I was mentally preparing for going over the allotted time that they gave us, and thinking that it would be really difficult to lift everything with just 2 people, because it was pretty much just me and my boyfriend Tyler moving everything. Shalik couldn't help because she sprained her wrist, so that sucked. But honestly, we managed to get everything done. I am proud of myself for how much I was able to lift. My boyfriend would probably tell you that it was pretty hilarious watching me do it. He barely broke a sweat and I was dying. I was like, I need a break. I need water. I need something. Help me. But we managed to get it all done, and I got everything unpacked and put away in one afternoon. You know, our whole room here is just completely organized and everything, so that's great. And yeah, we pretty much just spent the next day relaxing though, because we were so tired from the move day. Alright, so now that the those complexion products are down, I'm going to powder. But before I powder, I just remembered that I wanted to apply some cream contour. I've been looking really round lately. I need to go to the gym more. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of contour. This is my Milani Contour and Highlight Cream and Liquid Duo Stick, and this is in the shade Natural Medium. Just buffing it into the skin. I'm so into you. Yeah, later today I actually have to do a final walkthrough of the apartment. There's so many components to moving that you don't think about when you originally plan to move. And it's just a long, drawn out process. It's not difficult necessarily, but there's just so many little things like cleaning the apartment and, you know, making sure everything's okay with your, you know, building manager or landlord or whoever. And it's just, it can be very long, but at the end of the day, I am really glad that we did this, and everything went really smoothly. It went better, as well as I could have hoped, and we're all settled in now, which is great. But I am going to miss Shalik. I just got so used to seeing her all the time, and it's not as bad right now because we literally just saw each other a few days ago. But I know that as time goes on, it's going to be harder and harder because we still live in the same province, and we technically don't live that far away from each other, but Shalik and I, neither of us drive. We don't have access to a car, and transiting to where she lives right now is pretty difficult. Not to mention we both have just busy lives. You know, we both work, I also have school, and we have our own things going on. So we're probably going to see each other once or twice a month, which is nice. I mean, especially as an adult, you get kind of used to not seeing your friends as often, but it's definitely going to be a huge change from seeing her every single day. Now that I've finished all the cream products, I'm going to go with my powders. This is my Ben Nye Banana Powder. I have a fairly oily T-zone, so I do powder my forehead. I don't powder as much in this area because it gets kind of dry, but around the top of my forehead and along the bridge of my nose, definitely areas where I need to powder. Hoping that the resolution and quality of this video is a lot better. I'm using the same camera app as the one I was using in last week's video, but I found a way to amp up the resolution using the app. I have been having so much difficulty filming lately, it's ridiculous. First of all, the original camera app that came with my laptop just stopped working. it kept coming up with this error code, and I was looking it up online, and it said that it was a common problem and there was no fixes for it. You know, it suggested resetting the program, which I did. It also suggested doing all kinds of stuff that I tried, and it just wasn't fixing. And it's a problem I've had before where it kind of just went away, but this time it's just completely shut down on me. The app just isn't working anymore, and it sucks. It sucks because it was a really good app and the quality of my videos are really great. I mean, I have a really good webcam and pretty good filming setup, but the app does kind of change the resolution, so I'm hoping this one works a lot better, because last week's video I looked blue, and it was a little bit pixely and things like that. So applying to the under eyes, the Tarte Amazonian smoothing control powder that I got in my Ipsy bag. So the next product I'm going to go in with is bronzer, and I'm just going to be using the bronzer that comes in my Beauty Flash face palette by Flower Beauty. And I'm just going to take my usual brush here. This is a brush by Quo, which is a Canadian company, I believe, that sells, I think, exclusively in Shoppers Drug Mart. Their brushes aren't great, to be honest. I haven't liked a ton of their stuff, but this brush I love for bronzer. I need to buff that out. I went a little intense with it. It's a really dense, really soft brush. It's the retractable powder. It says it's a blush brush, and I could see it working well for blush, but I prefer it for bronzer. Another thing is I look really pale on camera, and I'm attributing that to the lights that I use. I don't have those professional filming lights because they're pretty expensive. So I've just been using those energy saving daylight lights to kind of really brighten up the room. I'm just going in with my primer infused e.l.f. blush in the shade Always Cheeky. This has become one of my favorite blushes. Did it just get darker in the room? As the clouds roll by, every once in a while the room just gets a little bit darker. Next I'm going to do my highlight. I'm just going to go in with my Innuendo Pressed Powder Highlights by ColourPop, and I'm going to take the shade Fine Line onto the tips of my cheekbones. I just realized I haven't done my eyebrows yet. I haven't even done my eyes yet. What am I doing? I'm all over the place today with my makeup. So now I'm going to do my eyes. And this is where I'm going to go back in with that Flower Beauty palette, and I'm just going to use these two eye shades here. So first I'm going to take this brown shade, pretty much just put it all over the lid, the light one in the middle. I should probably prime my eyelids first. I've gotten in the habit of doing my eyes before the rest of my face, so I don't know why I did it the other way today. So I'm just blending as I go and just doing little circular motions in the crease. And because I have smaller eyelid space, I've learned to take it up a little bit in order for the colors to actually show. Otherwise, it all just kind of blends into the same thing. You can't even tell that I have color. Especially because I wear glasses as well. Anything I do to my eyelids has to be taken up a little bit and has to be a little bit more dramatic. Otherwise, you just can't tell I'm wearing anything on my eyes. And we're just going to do the same thing to the other eye. Tap off the excess. So now on a more precise blending brush, I am going to take a darker color and I'm just going to apply that to the outer corners. So just the dark brown color here. It looks a lot darker in the pan than it applies to the actual lids, which I kind of like actually. It's like one that you can build up really nicely. I've started to get less nervous when I see that it's looking a little messy, because makeup can be messy and you can always clean up your mistakes. So now I'm going to take a clean brush. It's a little bit more dense, and I'm just going to clean up around those edges there. And eye looks really don't come together until the end anyways. When I do my makeup, I find that when I'm applying eye makeup, I always apply it better to this eye than this eye, which is so frustrating. You really get the idea of the softness of these colors and the buildableness of them when I apply it to this eye. And then the very last thing that I'm going to do to my eyes today is I'm just going to take this Super Shock Shadow by ColourPop. It's one of their ultra glitter shades and it's in the shade Hello Goodbye. And I'm just going to pop that into the center of my lids. And it just gives us a nice pop of color and a little pop of sheen on the lid itself. This is one of my favorite single eyeshadows ever that I've ever tried. See what I mean? Like, it's dark, I feel, on this side of the room now, which I don't think it was when I started this video. I don't know. I can't tell. Okay, so the eyes are pretty much done. I'm just going to apply a little bit of mascara, and I'm just going to do a little bit of highlight in the brow bone area. I keep forgetting to do my brows. So lately what I've been doing to my brows is I've just been brushing them out to the shape that I want them to be in. And I've been really into a more natural brow lately, so I don't really fill them in too much. Days when I want to be a bit more full, I will fill them in using the sparser areas using a pencil. But today I think I just want to go in using my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set, and this is in the shade Deep Brunette. See, and all it does is make the brow look a little bit fuller without looking crazy drawn on or anything like that. And it's really easy to clean up as well. If you get a little bit of product somewhere you didn't want it, you can just quickly rub it out with your finger before it sets. There's the brows, they're done. So I'm just gonna apply mascara, and then we're gonna do the lips, and then we're pretty much done the whole face. I'll just set it down with a setting spray. So, living with a boy. So far, I haven't been doing it for that long, but honestly, it's been pretty great. It's because I'm living with somebody who is basically one of my best friends. It's a cliche to say, but I think a relationship works best when you're dating somebody who is a friend to you. It's not just somebody that you are interested in romantically. Oh, by the way, I'm using the Douce mascara that I got in my Ipsy bag because I really like the effect this has on my lashes. You know, besides the move and everything, life's been pretty much the same. It's been really good. I know my uploading has been, you know, terrible, but I am getting back on it. I am figuring it out, and I'm just trying to adjust and acclimate to my new environment. My hair's still a little wet. I was in the shower earlier. So I'm just going to quickly set this down before I do my lips. I'm just going to grab one of my setting sprays from my drawer up there. So to set my makeup today, I'm just going to go in with my Pixi Skin Treats Makeup Fixing Mist with rose water and green tea. It smells so good. And for lips, I am going in with one of my favorites. This is a ColourPop Satin Lip in the shade Rain. The part that actually says ColourPop has completely worn off the bottle. But before I do that, I'm going to go in with a lip liner. This is by Real Her. It is an expert advice lip liner. It says, be yourself, be real her. This is a gift from my sister. I'm not exactly sure what the lip shade is, but it's a nice red color. Put that all over the lips, and the reason I did that is because I really like the shade Rain, but it's a little bit orangey and brownish, and I just kind of wanted to bring out a little bit more red in the color. There we go. That is all I have for you guys. I actually have to get out of here and head over to my old apartment now for that final walkthrough. Thank you guys so much for sitting down with me today. I hope that this is an interesting video and give you just a little bit of insight as to what's going on with me. And let me know what videos you guys want me to do, if you want me to do more makeup stuff, anything about skincare, if you want me to do more chatting videos or more crafting videos. I haven't done one of those in a while. just any video ideas. If you have any for me, let me know in the comments below or shoot me a message and I will look into it and probably do it. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button because I post brand new videos every single week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!